Also, it says disk space remaining for recording 711 hours. I don't know what that means.
I think you're okay.
Yeah.
We're not recording that long.
Please stand clear of the beers. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las cervezas.
Welcome aboard Three Sheets to the Mouse, your shot of bourbon in the sky. For those of you listening, this podcast contains adult humor, so earmuff your children and stay clear of the elderly. And for the comfort of others, send nudes, please. Thank you.
I know it sounds sorted, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my dues. And injustice deliciously squared, be prepared.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to one of a few quickies this week. And I got to admit, I must take the blame. Technical difficulties in recording this week, and it's all my fault. And I'm sorry, but that just means you're going to get 3 shows this week. So you're welcome, or I'm sorry. I'm not sure what to say. But tonight I have Trenton with me.
All right, supposed to say something?
Yeah, that's where I introduce you.
Oh. Hey, yeah. I don't know. Sorry, my Skype's fucking up now.
That's okay. We're here tonight to talk to you about Disney parks, Disney booze, and maybe a little bit of debauchery in between. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy one of the couple of quickies we're going to do this week. One of the many shows that you'll be entertained with, hopefully, this week on Three Sheets to the Mouse. So tonight, Trenton, you finally, and you know what? You guys all shit on me for not watching Marvel movies the first moment they come out. But finally, I have someone to talk to about a Disney Pixar movie.
Yeah, and it wasn't from lack of, I guess it was lack of trying. They put it on Netflix, they made it easy, so I did end up watching Coco tonight for the first time, and you were excited to talk about it, so you roused me out of bed so I could come talk about it.
All right, so this is this for me is a top 5 Pixar movie, probably even a top 3 Pixar movie.
Visually,
no. That Marigold Bridge.
Visually,
man.
It's stunning. The animation on this movie is absolutely incredible.
The music.
You
gotta love the music.
I couldn't even tell you the words to Remember Me right now. That's the only song I even know the name of.
Remember me, even though I travel far. Remember me.
Okay, so like one verse.
No? Recuérdame.
Hoy me tengo que ir, mi amor. Recuérdame. No llores, por favor. Te llevo en mi corazón y cerca me
Yeah, it just wasn't. It's not. No.
See, now, all right, so I saw this way back in the Disney Cruise. I talked a little bit about it on episode 44. I really love the movie. To me, it brought me to tears because it's all about family. And now let's talk a little bit about the family. So, for those of you who haven't seen the movie or who have seen the movie, it's all about the Rivera family. Miguel Rivera, he's a child in Mexico. His family has been essentially banished music from their life because many generations ago, one of the patriarch of the family left to pursue his career in music.
Walked out on his family.
Walked out on his family. And so for that, they have banished music from their life. He's not allowed to go down to the Plaza de Mariachi. He's not allowed to play guitar. He's not even allowed to listen to music. It's just banned from his life forever. So it's like they purposefully grow up without music. And I mean, for me, that's kind of a sad thing because like music is
It's
fun.
one of those things that the only thing I could compare it to when I was thinking about it was
Footloose.
no. It would be more as if your great grandfather went to Disney and never came back and left your whole family, and now you can never discuss Disney things or talk about Disney or go to Disney ever again for the rest of your life, and it's all you want.
Yeah. And all he wants is to enjoy music, and he wants to play music because he's good at it.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that really got me too was that I feel like it was really predictable. Like you knew what was coming.
Look, I mean, I'll be honest, I never, it's an original story written by Lee Unkerk and then translated culturally by Adrian Molina. It was a good story. I did like it. I thought the story told the importance of Dia de Muertos well. Like, to be honest, in American culture nowadays, Dia de Muertos is kind of it's like Halloween. It's not Halloween. It's not at all like Halloween. It's a day to remember your family, to remember those that came before you, to celebrate your ancestry. And so,
yeah,
it tells what Dia de Muertos is about.
I get that, but I don't think you can be mad at people that live in America for not knowing about a Mexican holiday, Scott.
No, I can't, because people think that Cinco de Mayo is like the most important Mexican holiday.
They don't even celebrate that.
They don't. It's not even Mexican Independence Day like people think it is.
No. I mean, and I get that, but I'm saying to try to... And, I mean, this movie didn't do well.
It did well critically, as in, like, the songs, the story, the animation. It did not do as well as they had hoped. Well, first of all, the cost was about $200 million. It grossed $800 million worldwide. It made a lot of money, but it did not have the repeat success that I think that Disney thought it would. Like, it's not had the digital downloads. It's not had the post box office success that other Disney films have had.
Why do you think it did poorly?
Is that a fair?
Yeah, but why do you think it did poorly?
Well, I just think that because, look, I love Pixar. The problem with Pixar is, like, I've seen Inside Out once. I don't need to see it again.
I've never even seen it.
It made me bawl my eyes out. I don't want to watch that movie over and again. I do watch Coco over and over again because I love the music. Inside Out did not have that.
I don't know how everybody loves the music. I don't even... The one song I remember the most is the one that when they sang it on stage to try to win the passes to the party.
Oh yeah. Un Poco Loco.
That's the only one I know.
That's a great song.
Right, but it's just an acoustic guitar and a 13-year-old kid. I mean, it's not even... It's nothing.
But the backing track has, like, the whole mariachis, the trumpets. It's a fun song.
Right, but you don't hear those... you don't hear those in the movie. You have to listen to the soundtrack. And if you don't like the movie, and the music doesn't blow you away in the movie, you're not buying the soundtrack. No,
it's in the movie. If you listen to it, it's they're there.
Dude, I watched the movie 30 minutes ago. I can't remember it.
Oh no, it's definitely there. Remember Me is a good song. Ya Llorona is I talked about this on that quickie we did about the Pixar films. Ya Llorona, that scene where Mama Juanita is dancing or singing on stage for the first time since her husband left her many generations ago, and she's accepting, saying, "You know what? I did love music. I had a passion for music, and I dropped it because this man broke my heart." And she says, "You know what? I'm gonna sing." And she sings Ya Llorona. And if you translate the words to it, it's all about searching for that lost soul. So it's a powerful song for the time. It really is.
And that's fine, but I also don't speak Spanish, unfortunately.
True. And that, I think, may be a little bit of disconnect. And that's why I think songs like Remember Me and Un Poco Loco and The World Es Mi Familia did better than Ya Llorona, because it did have the bilingualness to it. You know, it had a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of English. You could follow along. It's what made Ricky Martin famous and Shakira.
I also think that a lot of Disney songs become famous because you can sing along with them. And when songs like that are in a movie, it's like, well, I can't sing this, unfortunately, unless... I mean, I'm sure we have listeners to the show that can speak Spanish, and that's wonderful. I'm very envious. I would love to know a second language, especially Spanish. But you can't expect people to like something that they don't even understand.
Yeah, my Spanish is más o menos. So I understood a little bit of when I was watching the movie, and then would go back and learn the lyrics and learn the translation, and that's what made me really fall in love with the movie more than I did already to begin with.
And I'm not saying, and I know I'm gonna catch all the fucking hate because people are gonna go, oh, he hated the movie. I didn't hate it. It's just not. It definitely wouldn't be top
honestly,
5.
I don't look. This is not going to be as inflammatory as when you hated the Beatles.
Also, didn't say I hated the Beatles, but that's what it gets construed into, just like everything else.
I know.
No, I mean, I didn't hate the movie, but it definitely wouldn't be top 5.
Not even a top 5 Pixar? Because this to me is a top 3 Pixar for me.
I think all 3 Toy Stories are better than this movie.
I could leave Toy Story 2. Toy Story 3 I did like.
Because it made you sad?
No, it's too much Sarah McLachlan.
Okay, so... The first Incredibles in Toy Story 1 and 3. Frozen. Moana.
Well, both of those are Disney.
Are they? I mean...
Yeah, they're not Pixar.
I mean, now that Pixar is... It's essentially the same
Pixar,
entity.
Disney. This is almost... Honestly, this is almost more like a Disney movie than a Pixar movie because it had music to go along with it. Like, it had songs that you could sing along.
Well, there's songs to sing along to in... Toy Story?
They have one song per movie. It's like a title song.
I guess, yeah.
Rather than this is more like a musical with Pixar animation. That was the difference about this. Like, Inside Out doesn't have songs that you sing. Yeah, the Bing Bong song, and everybody loves Bing Bong, I guess. I don't know.
Never even seen it.
Don't. It's really depressing. It really is.
Well, yes. I mean, it's just... I don't like sad shit. Like, I'm just not into that, man. I don't like having feelings. I think Monsters Inc. is better than this movie. Finding Nemo is better than this movie.
No.
Cars. Ratatouille.
Cars is really good. All 3 Cars are really good. Well, no. Oh, I'm sorry. All 2 Cars are really good. Yeah. The middle one didn't happen.
that fucking abomination.
The Mater's Tall Tales, the shorts that they did with Mater, are better than Cars 2.
Yeah, I need to see some of those shorts. I haven't even seen Lava, and I know C-Mag had posted something about that the other day. I haven't seen Lava yet at all. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's okay. It's kind of like cheesy and corny, and I don't know. I was expecting more. Like, people have talked so much about it, and then I see this short, and I'm like, eh.
I mean, I liked I like the shorts in the Pixar Film Festival thing in Epcot more than Coco.
I loved La Luna.
I like the one with the dog because it reminds me of my dog. But
which is the one with the dog? Oh, the 3-legged dog. Yeah.
No, not the 3-legged dog. It's like a little Boston Terrier, and then the people break up, and he tries to get them back together. And
I don't remember that one.
I don't remember what it's called now. Damn it, Scott.
Oh. But no, so let's get a little bit back to Coco. So, the movie takes place in Santa Cecilia, Mexico. It's a story about Miguel. He essentially wants to break free of the music curse of his family. They basically said that music is a curse, and Mama Imelda banishes music from her family's life and starts a shoemaking business, and essentially nobody's allowed to ever play music again. It's kind of funny that as they go as like the story progresses, he thinks that Ernesto de la Cruz, who's this like the Elvis Presley of music or of Mexican culture.
Yeah, it's a fair assessment.
Yeah, he's like the Elvis Presley of Mexican culture. That's his great grandfather, and so he wants to break free of this because he thinks he's related to Ernesto de la Cruz, and he goes to break into his ofrenda, break into his sarcophagus, and steal his guitar. And I think one of the coolest moments that starts here is when he grabs the guitar, backs up a little bit, and plays it on the marigolds, and that sort of awesome animation effect where the marigolds glow and everything glows around them, but the background doesn't glow.
It was good. I wish that part would have been explained more. It's just like they said, "Oh, it's cursed," and then that's just the whole. There was no explanation as to why that happened.
Yeah, well, I think that's where that's where he essentially enters the land of the dead, because the guitar. I think truly the guitar is cursed. That's the cursed object in this film.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense because Hector had it and then got killed, and he took it.
Right.
And then, yeah.
So
that makes more sense. Actually, it explains it.
When he plays it, he gets cursed to go to the land of the dead, and he's essentially got to, repent for his sins of stealing the guitar and becoming this part of this cursed tradition. And so he then backs out and he leaves the tomb, realizes he's actually part of the dead, which is kind of cool because you start to see all of the beautiful artwork that is Dia de Muertos, the sugar skulls, the marigolds, the very vibrant colors of this holiday, and it's kind of fun.
Yeah. Do you think they overused the falling apart joke too many times?
You mean where like Hector kind of like comes apart and like dance? Yeah, yeah.
Like all the skeletons, like they kept breaking, like when they were chasing Miguel at the beginning, when his family's chasing him. It's like, all right, we get it, dude. You're skeletons. Fuck.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think they definitely did use that a lot. And I guess it's because they're skeletons and they can just like throw themselves back together. It kind of reminded me of that old Silly Symphony short, The Skeleton Dance, where they were able to like come apart and then pull themselves back together. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I just felt like it just was an overused joke. I mean, just like any joke, if you beat it long enough, it's just not funny anymore.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that. But there was a ton of nods to great Mexican culture. When Hector's trying to cross the bridge in the first scene, he tries to pass himself off as Frida Kahlo.
Yeah, who actually ends up being in the end, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which if anyone ever has studied Mexican art history, Frida Kahlo was incredibly arrogant. So when she's sitting there talking about how the papaya becomes Frida and the cactus becomes Frida and everything becomes on fire, it's totally Frida Kahlo.
I like what you said. And everything should be on fire, and all the dancers are like, what the
what?
Fuck?
The fuck did I sign up for?
No, that is not okay. So the spirit guides are really cool.
The Alebrija?
That was a good aspect of it. And Dante becoming a spirit guide was pretty cool, actually.
Yes,
but once
I love
again, you
Dante.
saw it coming. It's predictable.
Yeah, because he came with him to the land of the dead.
Yeah,
that was Miguel's spirit guide.
He made it in, but also everyone just kept calling him a spirit guide the whole time. He's like, no, he's not a spirit guide, he's just a regular dog.
Oh, but he's such an adorable dog too.
He's kind of fucking ugly, to be honest.
Well, look.
He looks like a chupacabra.
Yeah, he kind of does. But I mean, he was a fun-loving dog.
So overall, I liked it. I mean, like I said, I've seen other Disney and Pixar movies that I like less, but I don't think this one was. It's breaking my top 5, and I don't even know what to say negative about it. It just didn't do anything.
So I mean, one of my favorite scenes, and probably one of the saddest scenes, is that it explains what the Land of the Dead really is about, and that's the scene with when Miguel and Hector go to visit kind of this like Land of the Lost Souls. It's kind of it's a place where people who don't have family on the other side have gone because nobody remembers them on Dia de Muertos, and the minute that nobody remembers you on Dia de Muertos, that's when you're essentially lost forever. So they go visit Chicharron, who's kind of one of the forgotten, and it's voiced by the great Mexican actor Edward James Olmos. The cast is amazing, with Benjamin Bratt, Edward James Olmos, Gael Garcia Bernal. It's a wonderful cast.
The only one I recognize is Gabriel Iglesias.
Cheech is in it. Cheech Marin's in it.
As
he's one of the corrections. He's the corrections officer that finds Miguel in the streets, and then Miguel disappears real quick, very quick. Gabriel Iglesias, he's one of the clerks. He's a comedian.
Mm-hmm. He's the I'm not fat, I'm fluffy guy.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah, but it's got a fun cast. But this scene is truly a great telling to what Dia de Muertos is about. Is you've got to remember your family because you don't want them to be forgotten. And in that scene where Hector sings "Everybody Knows Juanita" or "Everyone Knows Juanita." Conoces ya a Juanita. Sus ojos son bicolores. It's a great song, even better in Spanish.
The only funny part is when he talks about her kicking her titties around, or he's talking about dragging her titties on the floor, and he has to change the words. That's the most memorable part of the whole song.
Esa no es la letra. Hay niños presentes.
It really is a fun scene because he's like, those aren't the words.
Yeah. I don't know, man. The music didn't strike me as anything special, unfortunately. Which I'm sure everyone's gonna fucking shit on me now for.
No.
Oh my god, you didn't like the music and something.
It is a really good musical, though. It really is. And this is the guy that brought you Toy Story 3. So the guy that wrote Toy Story 3 also helped write this film.
So that's why it's so fucking sad.
Yes, Lee Unkrich. I swear to God, Lee Unkrich must have like just a bottle of antidepressants at his like bedside table.
Right? He's like, how can I make me hate myself even more? Let me write some fucking real sad shit. I don't know. I don't know, man. I guess I'm just more into large musical numbers like in Frozen and Moana and Tangled even. Those are just
so this is really, I mean, truth be told, this is Pixar's first attempt at a musical because they really haven't had a film where the story is driven by music. Like Frozen. Mm-hmm. Frozen is a classic Disney musical. Right. It's a story and there's music that tells the story. In Pixar films, there's the story and there's some music behind it. Like in Finding Nemo, the only real song is, Just Keep Swimming, which is like 35 seconds, and Beyond the Sea, which is at the final credits.
But you know what? Everyone knows Just Keep Swimming, and everyone knows what it's from.
Yeah, but it's 30 seconds, though. It's not a real song.
Still more memorable than some of the songs that were in Coco.
It didn't win an Academy Award, though.
Okay. Because we all know the Academy Awards mean so much, and they're not skewed in any way.
That's true. But so this is really Pixar's first attempt at a musical, which is interesting because we've seen Disney animation cross the line with 3D animation to what Pixar is known for, and now Pixar is crossing the line with Disney animation in the musicals.
I mean, once again, that's not. They're the same company. I mean, it's not.
They are, but they aren't. Like, if you work for Pixar, yes, you do work for Disney. But if you work for Disney, you don't work for Pixar.
Well, yeah, but if Disney animation and Pixar animation are essentially the same thing. If you work in the animation department, I mean,
they're very different, though. Disney animation's in Burbank, and Pixar's in Emeryville still.
I bet you somebody at Disney Animation has at least gotten one inappropriate hug from John Lasseter.
I'm sure they have.
I mean, I get it, but there's a lot of Pixar movies that have great songs. So that come out of the movies, not necessarily in the movies. I guess Monsters Inc. If I Was a Rich Man. I love that. The Billy Crystal, John Goodman duo.
But again, never appears in the film. Actually, it's at the end. I mean, in Toy Story has "You've Got a Friend in Me." It's at the beginning and the end, and that's it. And there's not this. Again, the story is the driver, not the music. Like for Frozen, the music is the driving force behind that story. The story is secondary.
Right. Well, Big Blue World, though, that should get caught in your head, too.
If that was actually in the film, though.
Right. It's just such a good song.
I gotta be honest, I'm surprised they didn't incorporate that into Finding Nemo 2.
The Big Blue World, yeah. As much as a hit that is in the parks and people... I mean, I'll see that show or hear that song on the ride and fucking sing it all day long. Like, Stephanie looked at me, I'm like, I don't know, I can't stop doing it.
Blue World. No, it's a good song. You know, we talk about the Disney crossover. Your two people that you love so much, Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez. They wrote "Remember Me." They wrote the title song for this movie.
I get it. I'm just saying, I'm not going to be in my van tomorrow singing "Remember Me."
I can just everybody close your eyes while you're listening to the show. Close your eyes. If you're not driving, and just picture.
Or if you like
Trent.
living on the edge, driving.
Well, yeah, if you like living on the edge, we don't recommend it. Full disclosure, don't recommend it. But just picture Trenton with his beautiful beard in his van, singing. Let it go, let it go. Just belting it out. Do you?
That's real talk. Yeah, he's not kidding. That's one of few Disney songs I have saved on my phone, actually. Yeah. But speaking of Frozen, that's one. What?
You're gonna go right into First Time in Forever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the other one on there. It's. Coco's not a movie that I would put on to watch like before bed. Like, and Stephanie can attest to this. I'll watch Frozen by myself. Like, I don't care. I'll watch Mulan by myself. Mulan's a great. I mean, it's a Disney animation, but that's another one that I like the songs better in Mulan than Coco.
I don't know, man. I really like the Coco soundtrack. I mean, Mulan has a couple good songs. I have, and I will jam out to Coco. I will put that on while I'm cleaning around the house or doing work around the house and just jam out to it, man.
I can't. I mean,
because Proud Courtesan is a fun song. And it gets me, like, listening to it gets me a little emotional.
That's weird, man.
I really liked the film. I think it was the family aspect. Like, for me, I think it was the family aspect, and that was the connection between Hector and Miguel that really drew me to this. once they realized who they were.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, dude. I know I keep saying I get it because you're making good points. I don't know what it is. But let's say we're mixing time. Does Coco even make the top 10?
Man, why'd you do that?
I mean,
Why do you gotta go there? Why do you gotta go there? Because you know the answer to that. Is it top 10 of both studios? Oh God.
There's no way.
Probably not. Probably. If it's not 10, it's maybe like 12 or 13, but it's close. But you're right. I mean, you're right. It's not, because there's just so many classic films, like, I mean, Mary Poppins, Cinderella, Peter Pan, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty automatically make that, and that's already 5 right there.
You're putting the original Toy Story in there.
Yeah, probably putting Toy Story in there. Cars for sure.
I like Ratatouille better than Cars.
I know, I like Cars better than Ratatouille. I do like Ratatouille, but Cars before that. I'm putting Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King. Oh man, you're right. There's just too many good Disney classic films to do that.
I don't think Coco makes the top 15.
Man,
Finding Nemo is going to be above that?
No, I like Coco over Finding Nemo.
Now you're pushing it.
Finding Nemo, at some point in the Finding Nemo story, I'm gonna be scrolling through my Instagram. Coco, not so much.
How though?
Because the music keeps you interested.
You don't even have to be looking at the screen to hear the music.
Yeah, but you gotta watch the awesome animation. I don't know. I like Finding Nemo. It's just it's not as good as Coco. For me. Just for me.
No, I get it. So what would your top 5 Pixar movies be then? In no particular order. You don't have to put them in order.
Top 5 Pixar.
Just solely Pixar.
All right. So off the top of my head, Cars 1 is probably my number 1. Toy Story is number 2. Toy Story 3 is probably number 3.
You're trying to figure out a way to put Coco in there. It's not going to happen.
I'm trying to decide if it's probably Coco and Coco and then The Incredibles. Coco or Incredibles and Coco. You can interchange the two of them.
I just don't. I think you're trying to shoehorn it in there because you're trying to prove a point.
No, I'm not, because I really loved the soundtrack, and I think that to me is what Pixar has been missing is a good solid soundtrack. Like, I'm not Brave I have downloaded music for, and people hated Brave. People hated Brave.
Yeah, people hated Seinfeld at one point too, but they were fucking wrong too. So
yes, they were. The soundtrack to Brave is amazing.
I don't know. You got to put top 5 are easily Toy Story, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, Ratatouille, and probably The Incredibles.
I mean, definitely The Incredibles. I think as Incredibles has come out, Ethan has come of age to understand how superheroes work. So Incredibles has been on his watch list, and we've watched it probably a dozen times in the last 2 weeks. Probably gonna go see Incredibles 2 tomorrow.
See, that's why you're all burned out on Incredibles.
Oh no, I love The Incredibles. I think it's a wonderful film. I love that it's super dark, because you don't realize that Bob and Helen are on the verge of divorce in that movie.
No, we just watched it the other day. Stephanie had never seen it, so we rewatched it.
What?
I don't know, dude. She also doesn't put cheese on her hamburgers, so this is what I'm working with.
Oh yeah. You got some changing to do.
Small battles.
That's true. No, we've watched The Incredibles a lot over the last week or so, and I forgot just how good it was.
Yes, it's. Yeah, I mean, The Incredibles is better than Coco, dude.
That's what I said. I said I'd probably put Coco as 5 of my Pixar films. Again, just because of the music, and it's something that nothing else has in Pixar history.
Right. Yeah. No, that's very true.
That's where it stands for me. I really liked the culture and the music because, growing up in Southern California, having a lot of experience there, having spent a lot of time in Los Angeles, it's a very prominent Mexican culture there. And so, to me, it hit home. It hit a little bit of home. I don't know. It just spoke to me a little, probably a little bit more than most people in America, and which is why, while it did well in America, it made $200 million in America. But
The
it also
Incredibles
grossed,
made $180 million in a day.
I know. A weekend. A weekend.
Yeah,
But
and that's
still,
Incredibles
yeah.
2, not the first one. Also, is it bad that I hated Miguel's entire family besides Hector?
Okay, all right. So you got to understand, and for those of our listeners who are of Latino descent or Italian descent, you can kind of understand the grandma. I mean, you really can. I mean, when she beats the mariachi with her shoe, Ethan was always like, "Why is she so angry?" I was like, that's what grandmas are like.
I don't know, man. She's just, the grandmother was the most annoying character out of the whole thing.
She was super hateful of music, and I get it because she saw her mother suffer. She saw her.
It's just such an odd premise to hate music. Like it's just lazy writing.
That's Footloose.
It's the same fucking movie.
Just dancing instead of music.
Yeah, I mean it's just the most ridiculous premise to not. Oh my gosh, we can't even listen to music. People walking down the street, they can't play music. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like this is just getting weird.
I mean, it was definitely over the top for the hate, but it was there for a reason.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it definitely got the point across.
Yeah. But no, I mean, Mama Imelda was I thought she played it was Elena Ubach. She did a fantastic job. I thought the cast was really good. Everybody kind of played their part. Nobody outshone each other.
How about Incredibles 2 and Coco have the same composer?
Oh, dude, that guy does almost everything.
No. Those are the only... No, the only other one he's done Inside Out.
Wait, you're talking about Michael Giacchino?
Yeah, he's done Cars 2.
Oh, Cars,
There's a lot
Planes.
of Randy Newman in here. Planes is not a Pixar movie.
No, but he did Planes. He has done a number of things.
A lot
Star
of Randy
Trek.
Newman. A lot of Thomas Newman.
Yeah. Michael Giacchino is the new, like the new John Williams, in my opinion.
No one's ever going to be... You should watch your mouth.
No, dude, trust me, this guy is there. He did the score for the new Star Trek movies, Cars 2, Mission Impossible, all the new Tomorrowland movie, Jurassic World. I mean, he's basically picking up where John Williams left off.
Speaking of abominations, that Tomorrowland movie.
I've never seen it. I want to see it. Because of the ties to Disney, but I don't want to be disappointed. I really don't.
So any final thoughts on Coco? I mean, I didn't want to be negative and kill everyone's vibe and harsh everyone's mellow on this movie, but
well, I mean,
I think I'm just being a realist about it.
You haven't gone full Trenton on this.
No, and like I said, I think a lot of things I say get misconstrued, and it's probably the way that I say them. But
well, I mean, every sword's a LARPing sword if you're not a pussy.
That's true. It's like every pizza's a personal pizza if you try hard enough.
That's right. Until you come to New York, and then it's just giant fucking pizzas.
Scott, you never see me eat.
Dude, the slices here are like a full pizza in itself.
Yeah.
One bite, everybody knows the rules.
So like I was saying, I don't want to be negative on it, and I just feel like I'm being a little realistic, and I think a lot of people get that pixie dust in their eyes when they see a new movie, and it does look great, and but I think a lot of people are almost afraid to say anything negative or have any negative thoughts against anything that has the word Pixar or Disney on it,
Well, I mean, look, is this one of should this let me ask you this way. Should this have won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature?
What were the other nominees?
Okay. So the other nominees were Boss Baby, Ferdinand,
Garbage.
The Breadwinner, and Loving Vincent.
Yeah, of course it should have won. No one's ever even heard of that shit.
No, I've seen 3 out of the 5 of those.
Yeah.
Ferdinand was DreamWorks, and it was just totally DreamWorks, and so is Boss Baby.
Yeah, both trash.
Yeah, they were trash.
And Ferdinand was a great book when I was a kid. I loved that book, and they royally fucked that one.
When you have to hire Peyton Manning to do a voice in it, you've lost it.
Well, then they can also screen the movie on his forehead afterwards, so...
That's true. And John Cena. John Cena was in it. You can screen it on his forehead, too.
Yeah, dude. Just stand them next to each other. All I'm saying is that's like taking Real Madrid and putting them in the English Championship League. I mean, it's like, I wonder who's going to win.
It'd be like putting Real Madrid in MLS.
Yeah,
yeah.
Of course it won those awards.
It was a good film. I did appreciate it.
But I think it's one of those things, and this can round about with the Beatles, when people say that it's the greatest animated film of all time, it's the best Pixar movie, it's like, shut the fuck up.
It's not the best Pixar film of all time.
It's not even the best animated film of all time.
It's So, I mean, it is the 15th highest grossing animated film, but I've never been one to go by box office sales for anything, because if you were to do that, Gone with the Wind should still technically be the greatest film of all time.
Yeah, does that not account for inflation, or...
Technically, it doesn't. Because if they did, no one's ever getting past Gone with the Wind. I mean, more people saw that than anywhere, and, a ticket cost like 25 cents back in that day.
Yeah, when it came out, it was also the only movie. It's like, I guess we'll see this one because it's the one on the list.
Well, you could also say that about Star Wars, because, when...
You don't think
when Last Jedi comes out, nobody wants to come up against that shit.
Yeah, but I mean, Deadpool and Infinity War released over each other, and they both did pretty well, I think.
I haven't seen either.
Well, they're both better than Coco, I can tell you that.
I don't know. They're not winning Academy Awards.
You're right, because calling somebody a cock thistle is normally what gets you an Academy Award.
Hey, it sometimes works.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, Raging Bull.
Never seen it.
What? You've never seen Raging Bull with Robert De Niro?
No, I'm definitely not going to now either.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It is a great movie. Have you ever seen The Godfather Part 2?
Oh, I've seen Godfather.
Or Taxi Driver?
I think I've seen part of that. I don't know if I've ever sat down and watched it from the beginning. Meet the Fockers.
We got some education, man.
I just don't. I don't like old movies.
Raging Bull is a boxing movie. You would love it. Robert Downey Jr. breaks Joe Pesci's nose for real in that.
I guess I say I don't like old movies, but
Goodfellas?
never seen it. Have you ever seen Slapshot?
Yes.
Wow, that actually surprises me.
The Hanson brothers?
Yeah. What do you guys doing? Putting on the foil? You guys don't even fucking play.
I'm standing here for the fucking national anthem.
Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to listen to the song.
You goon.
Oh
Dude.
my god, that's a great fucking movie. No, I mean, I guess I like Pulp Fiction. I like older movies, but Robert De Niro's never been one of my favorite actors.
I said Robert Downey Jr. I meant Robert De Niro.
I know what you meant.
I know. I just realized that. I was like, Robert Downey Jr., he was probably doing coke back then.
He was a child, yes.
And still probably doing coke.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. His mom's titties just had coke inside of them.
Probably. But no, look, Coco was a fine film. I'm excited to see what Pixar has upcoming. I am not excited for Toy Story 4. I don't know why.
Well, it's one of those things where
they're milking the cow dry.
They're squeezing blood out of a rock at this point.
I mean, it's to me it's just like, okay, we finished Toy Story 3 in the best possible way we could, and we just have to go back to the well. And right now, that's the only movie they have on the project. Like
Yeah.
They have untitled films that are supposed to come out in 2020.
Right.
But nothing that really is going to stand out. I just don't see anything standing out.
Are we worried about Lasseter leaving?
I think you have to be.
I am, for sure.
I think you absolutely have to be because, I mean, who's set to take place? Lee Unkrich? Yes, I think he's done a fine job as an animator. I think he's as a director. Do I think he is a creative powerhouse that John Lasseter was? I don't know. I don't think it spells the end for Pixar because they've already got such name recognition, but I don't think it's going to be helpful. They're going to go through the same. Many years ago, John Lasseter was compared to Walt. He really was. He was basically what people thought Walt would be like today. And I'm not talking about the personal issues that he's had in the past 15 years. I'm talking about his creativity, his design, his ingenuity in the field. And to lose someone so creative abruptly like Pixar is almost akin to what happened with the Disney company in 1966. It is going to be a rough time for Pixar from 2020 until a long time. I mean, I don't think Disney Animation really recovered from Walt's death. I mean, yes, we had a few good films, Jungle Book and Robin Hood, but really the 70s and 80s were not great for Disney Animation. They really weren't.
Little Mermaid, I guess, came out in 89.
89, that was the resurgence when after Eisner and Katzenberg took over.
Right.
When Katzenberg was placed in charge of Disney Animation in 1986, and after Ron Miller's failure of The Black Cauldron, that's kind of when Disney Animation really took shape again. Yes
and no. Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's going to be like that. I think Pixar is going to have a struggle ahead of them. I hate to say it. They're going to have a struggle ahead of them. Hopefully they've surrounded themselves with good storytellers. Like the problem is Lee Unkrich just tells a fucking sad story every time. They've got to find other storytellers. Andrew Stanton has done a great job with The Incredibles and Ratatouille and Finding Nemo.
Yeah, I guess Who Framed Roger Rabbit came out in 88. Not a super big fan of that.
Brad Bird has done a great job with Pixar in his role or in his work in The Incredibles. I think that there's a chance that Pixar will survive this, and hopefully Brad Bird, Pete Docter, Stanton, Unkrich can really take this company to the next level.
Wait, Planes was a Disney movie?
Yes, it was supposed to be Pixar, and then they really didn't like the direction of it, so they gave it to Disney Animation. Disney Animation did it and they said, let's farm this out to Disney Animation India. That's why a good portion of it takes place in India. It's fun if you have a kid, because it's not bad. But
Hey,
Dane Cook's,
if you like cars, let's put fucking wings on them. Get the fuck out of here.
the next is automobiles
Yeah, trains.
or trains.
Come on, dude.
I know.
I like old movies. I don't even know.
Planes, trains, and automobiles. They should make a John Candy car if they ever do the trains movies.
I was just thinking that make it John Candy, but just take a bunch of old clips like from his voice and just like he only says certain things that have already been said.
Or make two trains like hanging out in the station. One is Steve Martin, the other is John Candy.
Oh, this barn's closed. Sorry, folks.
There you go. But no, I think you're right. You gotta be worried for Pixar a little bit.
It's all unfortunate that it happened, that it's turning out the way it is, and I think the worst part about it is it's going to be remembered as the dark time that started, or the beginning. The final straw that began the demise of Pixar to the dark times. I think.
Yeah.
You know?
He worked with the company for a long time. He worked under some of Walt's 9 old men, Eric Larson, Frank Thomas, Ollie Johnson. He learned from Walt's most trusted advisors, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough time for Pixar. But
I guess what I'm saying is it's going to get to the 2020s, and everyone's going to look back and go, wow, Pixar made some really bad movies in the 2020s. And everyone's like, oh, well, John Lasseter did hug a couple people, and that's what really started all this.
Yeah. I mean, but that's true. I mean, it's going to be a rough couple of years, and they'll get over it. They'll find their way, and like I said, hopefully they've got a great team in Bird, Stanton, Unkirk that will lead them into a new generation.
Yeah, we'll see. We can do is see.
Final thoughts on Coco. Would you give it a score out of 10? What do you give it?
5.
That bad?
6, 5 or 6. It didn't hold my attention, man. I just didn't care. It was predictable. I knew it was going to happen.
You didn't get emotional?
Not even a little bit.
Oh, man. Oh.
Not even a little bit. I mean, the songs, I don't think they're anything special like you do. His family was annoying. I liked the dog.
Dante is pretty cool.
It had some funny parts. Maybe it's just not my style of movie. I don't know, man.
I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. So, give us your thoughts. Go over to www.facebook.com/groups/3sheets. That's where you'll find our Facebook page. That's where you can come comment on the show. We post the show when they get released. Comment on the show what you liked about Coco, what you didn't like about Coco. If you liked the song, share your favorite song. Put it on there. Share a video of you singing it. I mean, we love karaoke.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, do that.
There you go.
Yeah.
If you're brave and bold, you'll do it. And I have a feeling there's going to be a few people that are going to do it.
Head over to the Facebook page and tell me why I'm an idiot.
Look, you're not an idiot. Coco wasn't for everybody. It was a good film. I liked it. My wife did not like it. She thought it was very dark.
It was a little intense in that aspect.
It does. It's very dark. It's not for kids. Most Pixar movies aren't for kids. Let's get serious.
Well, speaking of that, and before we really, I don't know if you even want to put this in, but I did read an article earlier about Incredibles 2 uses the word hell and damn, and people are just appalled that their children had to hear those words.
Oh, really? Because my kid has not heard those words ever before.
Hell and damn. And at one point, Dash says, what the f... and doesn't finish it.
Oh, really?
But people are just going to just lose their fucking gourds.
So today, England played, and I taught Ethan the word wanker.
Bollocks is next, guys. Don't worry.
I know. Ethan's sitting there watching football with me, and he goes, "Oh, he's a wanker." And my wife goes, "Ethan, what did you just say?" I was like, "That's my boy."
It was either that or tosser, folks. I don't know what to tell you.
He might have learned that too. So, go over to facebook.com/group/3 sheets. Post your video of you singing some Coco songs. Post your thoughts on it. We'll share the episode in the group. Make sure you go over there. But if you do go over there and you want to be a part of the Facebook group and you're not yet, because if you're listening to the show and you're not a member of the Facebook group, you're missing out, right, Trenton?
Yeah, that's where all the shenanigans happens. You know that place with all the goofy shit on the walls and the mozzarella sticks? Shenanigans.
And all the flair.
You've never seen Super Troopers. I keep forgetting.
I have. No, I've seen Super Troopers tons of times. Like I said in last week's episode, Shenanigans and Super Troopers and Office Space are made by the same people.
Right.
So they use Shenanigans.
I don't know if they're made by the same people.
I thought they were.
No. Broken Lizard does Super Troopers. Mike Judge.
Oh, that's right. Mike Judge did Office Space. But they use Shenanigans, the same restaurant. It's TGI Fridays.
Yeah. Flair.
The Flair. I got 27 pieces of Flair.
Hey, and if you come over to the Facebook page, you'll probably find a link to buy some 3 Sheets Flair, actually.
You will, and that's over at www.themagicalmeltdown.com. Plenty of stuff, including the Get Fuzzy shirt.
That's my own personal shirt. I told you I want to break a record. I want it to be the best-selling 3-sheet shirt of all time, so...
Although we probably should have put a few more Z's in there.
Yeah. We'll see.
Get fuzzy.
I think he's implying that I sleep a lot.
You do. But we all need sleep.
I'm a sleepy man.
Sleepy beard.
Sleepy beard. I don't know. That might be Adam now, though, I think. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You've officially passed me as the most times you have been late for a show due to sleep.
Yeah.
Because we were tied until yesterday.
Yeah, we were tied. It's hard, folks, when you go hard all weekend and then you have to record at 9 o'clock on a Sunday.
And we didn't talk about this real quick, but if you go to facebook.com/group/3 sheets, you can see that Trenton did party hard on Sunday and permanently made 3 sheets part of his life.
Oh yeah, I did do that.
Or he's just really into pineapples and the pineapple culture.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows? That's up for you to decide.
It really fucking hurts right now, actually. My shirt just rubs on it all fucking day. I got it in the worst spot ever.
Yeah, it's probably the worst spot to have that.
It was pretty tender, yeah.
I would say so.
So Stephanie actually got hers too.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. You are pineapple buddies for life. Just don't do a headstand and people won't think you're part of that culture.
Oh shit! I actually had forgot about what's so funny? We're talking about Coco. I have a sugar skull, actually.
My sister-in-law has a sugar skull, and it's amazing. It's huge. Like takes up like most of her arm.
It's great art. I mean, and like I said, so final thoughts on Coco before we get out of here. We've already talked about all the websites. I liked it. Didn't love it. The animation was fantastic. The colors were beautiful. But it's got very low rewatchability for me.
I can see that. It's not for everybody. My wife has not watched it since November. So, but it's for me, it's a fun movie. I really like it. I really love the music, and that I think is what draws me to it is the music. So, as we end this quickie, and really by quickie I mean an hour show, I want to thank you guys. As always, I want to thank you for joining us this week on 3 Sheets Mouse. We have a couple more quickies coming out this week. But thank you for making our show part of your Disney life. Thank you for your time, this time, and until next time. So long for just a while.